Welcome along everyone to this week's edition of Weekend Winners for Saturday the 25th of September. A very good program of harness racing action set down Ford Decision at the Creek this Saturday night. 10 big races coming our way. 10 minutes after 6 is post time for the first race. And it's a ripper as well. We see the likes of Gerarda's Delight stepping out from the inside gate. Colt 31 who's drawn the opposite side of the track, and several others there in that opening race. So that's going to be a ripper. We'll all be tuning in across the Sky Racing Network for the opener. And of course, to round out the meeting, we see that $20,000 2-year-old race, which is also a very good race set down for decision as race 10. Well, the two big guns this Saturday night in my eyes, Angus Garrard and also Brendan Barnes, with some fantastic drives right across the program. We're going to catch up with them in this week's edition.
Here on Weekend Winners is young Angus Garrard with a healthy book of drives at the Creek on Saturday night. And Angus, you commence the meeting nice and early. Race 1, Horse 3, Speeches Silver, which is fresh up from a break. You've got a very good record aboard this pacer for Darren Weeks, 4 out of 4.
Yeah, it's good to get back on him, Anthony. He's obviously a super exciting horse, and it's good to have him back at the races.
Of course, he had that really good trial at Albion Park last week in 156.7. And we haven't seen him since a couple of the feature races that he contested over the Winter Carnival, the Wandeyes mate, and of course the Mr. Feelgood. But as we suggested, you're 4 out of 4 on him. Do you think you can go 5 out of 5?
I'd like to think so, Anthony. Just sort of, it's going to be a case of whether he's forward enough to be right up to these first up. Obviously he's had a couple of trials and they've been quite good, but also he's had sort of a long time off the scene, so I'm sure if he gets the right run, he's certainly got enough raw ability to beat these, but we're just going to have to sort of wait and see.
He's very exciting, isn't he? 14 victories out of just 20 goes at facing the start of the former Kiwi. Yeah, that's right. He's done an awesome job and ran some cracking races in those features his last few starts. So obviously once he's sort of rock hard fit, he's certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. Let's head over to race 2. Your drive there is the 2, which is Subtle Delight for Donnie Hancock. Yeah, he's been racing really well, Anthony. He's sort of been a bit out of luck. They sort of just haven't really been going quick enough for him. It's going to be sort of hard to work out where we end up here, whether we can get to the fence or not, but we'll just suss it out as the gate leaves and hopefully we get a decent trip. Race for the trot, Sir Fahrenheit set a new 2,647 metre track record last time around in sub 2 minutes, 1:59.7, and you're on him on Saturday night, the 10. Yeah, he's been racing super as well. His run last week was really good. He sort of did that well, as you said, broke the track record, and he was actually sort of eased down to the line. He sort of switched off a bit late, so hopefully he's off the same handicap again this week, so hopefully we can work out a nice trip there and he can be hard to beat again. And of course your dad prepares that trotter. How's he been at home since? Yeah, he's been really good. His work sort of suggests he'll be as good this week, so hopefully he runs sort of the same sort of race, and as I said, he's going to be very hard to hold out. Race 6, you take the steer on the 5, which is Key Largo for the Duck Stable. Yeah, he's been racing good, Anthony. He's obviously a horse with super gate speed, so hopefully we can get forward, and he likes to get to the front or get up outside him at least, so hopefully we can get there handy and he can be sort of right in the finish as well. A stable favourite for the Team Graham is Blue Moon Rising. You take the steer in race 8 with the 4 Alley. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky draw there, but he's a bit of a one-trick pony, so we'll have to just sort of drop him out and hope we can get home late and find a nice track into it. So he's certainly going well enough if he gets the right luck. And race 9, Gina Tiano here has drawn well in gate 2. She's been an ever-consistent mare for your dad. That's right. She sort of hit really good form again, and her win 2 starts back in 54 was really strong, and
last week she was sort of best of the chasers behind the two good mares, Wise Firebug and Total Diva. So hopefully we can work out a nice trip here, and I'm sure she can be right in it.
As we suggested, you've got a really good book of drives on Saturday night. What do you rate as your best?
I think probably Sir Fahrenheit. He sort of meets the same bunch of trotters as he did last week, and if he repeats that performance, I think he'll be very hard to beat.
Let's see if he can break his own track record.
Hopefully.
Well, Brendan Barnes is joining us here on Weekend Winners for Albion Park Saturday night. Brendan's got the 3 drives, and it's race 1, horse 1, Gerarda's Delight. Quite a favourite of Brendan's, because Gerarda's Delight back in the Winter Carnival over the Constellations provided him with his first Group 1 victory. How did Gerarda's return to racing last time around, Brendan?
Yeah, she went really good. She graded into that race really well, and it helped. They sort of set it up early for her, and we could just drive her like the best horse in the race. We're
going to watch that replay here. So she had the 2 months off after finishing down the track there in the Blacks Are Fake. Obviously, that was a race you didn't want to remember with all that interference and such. But the Golden Girl, the performance in that was very, very smart.
Yeah, it was, and her run in the Blacks Are Fake was terrific as well. She was poleaxed early and just had no luck whatsoever, but hit the line sort of full of merit. So yeah, she was going super throughout the carnival, and she's sort of held that form through to now.
Okay, so inside gate, obviously. What's the plan? Is there much speed here in this race?
Well, it's not a really good draw for her. You know, it's sort of, you don't really say it too often, but we probably would have rather 2, because she doesn't get out that good, but you know, we'll just have to sort of punch her out as best as we can, and sort of hope we can be nice and handy.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question, because in the Golden Girl, all I remember is her just scorching home right at the very end.
Yeah, if she's sort of close enough, I think if she can somehow hold leaders back, she'll give them a real fright. But you know, we'll just have to sort of see how she wants to come out, and how close we can end up.
Got another drive for your boss, Jack. It's a little later on in the program. Race 6, horse 7, Sam is Perfection, drawn deep.
Yeah, he's racing super. He gets into his favourite veterans grade, and obviously the draw's not kind, but he's only a little sit sprint fella anyway, so he'll just go back, and if there's a bit of speed on, he'll get home pretty strong.
Okay, so maybe a place ticket there on him. Race 2, horse 1, which is Major Do It, comes up with the Plum Alley there for Tim Gillespie.
He's racing really well, actually. This fella went really good there in fast time behind Will the Wizard on Saturday, and he's probably another one. He sort of doesn't get out the best. He sort of just holds his own, so he's going to sort of need to hope he can just come out sort of good enough to try and be nice and handy somewhere.
Yeah, he was 100-to-1 shot in that race last time around, when 4th. A couple of handy ones were out of that. Will the Wizard and also Tommy Lincoln.
Yeah, he's sort of last few runs, even going back before last start, he's been going really good and racing in really strong company, and he's just sort of the horse that if they just run pretty solid the whole race, he'll just sort of keep whacking away.
I can't wait to see Gerarda's Delight step out in the opening event there on Saturday night. Your best for your 3 drives, no doubt there with it.
I'm actually going to go left field and go Sammy's Perfection, just in case she just sort of gets a little bit wayward early and can't hold her spot.
Okay, all right, Sammy's Perfection. All right, well, we might run with a running double or something like that. Thanks, Brendan.
Sounds good, cheers.
Well, my best bet on the program, I'm going to run with Angus here. Race 4, horse 10, Sir Fahrenheit. As we suggested, he broke that 26.47 metre track record at Albion Park last time around. He's against a similar lineup and he's off a similar handicap. So let's see if he can better his own track record that he eclipsed. That's a great feat, isn't it? 26.47 metres was the journey, and he clocked 1:59.7 last time around. So that's my best bet at the Creek this Saturday night. As we suggested, 10 big races coming your way 10 minutes after 6 post time for the first. All of the action across the Sky Racing Network, and remember, gamble responsibly.